Welcome to the Get Fit Guys, quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Ben Greenfield, and I'm the Get Fit Guy. Last week, I taught you how to exercise in a small space like a bedroom, dorm room, basement, or hotel room. And now today, we're going to expand out into your driveway, which you may have always thought of as a place to simply stand and open your mail, park your car, or push a kid around on a bike. But in fact, it's also a convenient miniature outdoor gym you can use for so much more. Now, 2 days ago, I was at home, and as I surveyed my garage and home gym collection of dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells, and a treadmill, I realized I was a bit bored. I didn't feel like lifting weights or doing a formal exercise session. And then I looked over at the pile of sporting equipment in the garage: tennis rackets, basketballs, soccer ball, lacrosse sticks, skateboards, and more, and I thought these toys looked like far more fun. The question is, how could I actually get fit in my driveway using these items? What I came up with was a fun driveway workout that allowed me to play sports, challenge my brain, my body, and coordination, and get a refreshing break from a standard ho-hum sufferfest workout routine. So here's what I did, alternating through as many rounds as I could for 30 minutes. Now, if you have trouble remembering this as I describe it, you can always go grab it over at quickanddirtytips.com. Just hit the show notes for episode number 250. So, I started with 60 seconds of jumping rope with both feet, then 60 seconds of jumping rope with alternating feet, and then 30 tennis ball hits against the garage door, alternating from forehand to backhand and shuffling side to side between each. Next, I did 30 rapid-fire volleys against the garage door, again alternating from forehand to backhand and again shuffling from side to side. Next was 30 jumping jacks. And then I moved on to the basketball hoop. I played one time around the world with the basketball. That means you shoot from the side, you shoot diagonally, and you shoot from the front, and you only move to the next position after you make the shot. But I also injected 5 burpee penalties for any missed shots. Next, I did 10 body weight squats while balancing on the skateboard. So now let's move on to the next part of this driveway workout. Now, it required my children, who by this point had wandered out onto the front porch to see what kind of crazy antics Dad was up to. So I grabbed one of my boys, 7 years old, and I did a weighted sprint around the house with him on my back. Then I did 10 weighted lunges holding my other boy. Of course, if none of my children were present, I could have done this with just about any weight I could get my hands on, like a small bicycle, a toolbox from the garage, a rock, a log, you name it. Finally, I realized that my children's driveway chalk was left out on the garage floor and offered a perfect opportunity to draw 4 squares in the driveway for some coordination work, just like I used to do back in my college tennis days. So I simply drew 4 squares, then I did a series of 6 different drills, each drill for 10 rapid-fire seconds before fully recovering and moving on to the next drill. So here's what I did after I drew those 4 squares. First, over and backs. This means jumping from one square to the next square with both feet in a clockwise direction, then repeating in a counterclockwise direction for the next set. Next, diagonal over and backs. Same as I just described, but jumping diagonally rather than sequentially from square to square. Next, single leg over and backs. Same as regular over and backs, but with one leg instead of 2. Next, diagonal single leg over and backs. Again, same as the diagonal over and backs, but with one leg instead of 2. Next, I did lateral foot skating, which means jumping from one square to the square beside it and landing on one leg, holding briefly, just like you might do when skating, and then jumping back. And then finally, quarter turns, which means jumping from square to square, just like the over and backs, but turning the body in a new direction with each jump. So you're working a little bit more on coordination and ankle strength. Now, I went through 2 rounds of this after my initial 30-minute routine with the tennis and the basketball, and by the time I was done, I was sweaty, but also smiling. The driveway workout turned out to be fun, challenging, and entertaining at the same time, and so I thought, what the heck? Why not share it with you right here on the Get Fit Guy podcast? So what about you? Do you have ideas for more driveway workouts, your own routines that you do in your backyard, the driveway, or the park? Well, I'd love to hear them. Go over to facebook.com/getfitguy. That's facebook.com/getfitguy and join the conversation over there. And until next time, I'm Ben Greenfield, the Get Fit guy, asking you, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.